please calm down. Don't make too much noise. They'll send the cops over. No, seriously, even though our audience tonight is of a modest size, we feel your love all the way from up here. And I want to try and bring up the first comedian because, of course, this is what you've been waiting for. Comedy, comedy, comedy. And we thank you guys for supporting us before, during, and a now post-pandemic world. I love you guys so much. Put your hands together for our first comedian who kills them on all the stages here on Oahu, and I think he's even going to Big Island soon. Put your hands together for Mr. Tre Kun! Ladies and gentlemen, one more time talking about Hollywood, alright? I said one more fucking time. Yeah. He did not buy that outfit for himself, he bought it for you, okay? I'm black. Yeah. So that means I didn't celebrate 4th of July yesterday because we celebrated last month on the 19th. But we did barbecue because, like, what's an excuse to barbecue, right? Oh man, no. It's weird being black, you know, because, like, after a while you don't realize that you're black until a certain age. And I'm bi, so that made it even more weird, you know? It's like I looked at my white mother and I was like, how come you never told me I was half white? I'm biracial, folks, okay? It's 2022, I can be whatever fuck I want to be, alright? Caught the bus here. Anybody catch the bus out here? They just recently raised the bus fare by 25 cents, which honestly I've been paying $3 the whole time because I never walk around with quarters. So it's like, why are you even changing the fucking thing, you know? Like, so you were making that money. That could have just been extra tip for the buses, you know? It's like, where I work, the bussers always get tipped. But I work at a restaurant and not on the streets. I tried working the streets. It didn't work out well for me. I don't look mahu enough, you know? Like, I got the tits, but I refuse to wear a push-up bra. I'm one of those braless fucking lady boys, you know? Oh no, dude, it really confuses me because, like, when I catch the bus, the first thing I do, I look at the back of the bus, okay? And I walk to the back of the bus, and I sit in the back end corner. Because I don't want to look at other people's faces, I want to listen to my fucking music. And I just want to have, like, I don't want to, it's never a good time on the bus, but I like to pretend I'm flying on an airplane that is just really low to the ground. But whenever you're going to go to the back of the bus, I always feel like, you know, Rosa Parks is looking over me. And she is like, practically rolling in her grave. Like, she fought so we couldn't sit in the back of the bus. And that's like my favorite spot. First of all, I like to think that black people made it cool to sit in the back of the bus. So I sit back there and I can hear her in my head. But she sounds like what I think Aunt Jemima would sound like. Like, she goes, child. Get your half-baked cracker ass to the middle of the bus because you know you're both. Yeah, that's how my mind works. And I feel bad about it too because, like, I'm half white, so does that mean I'm like half racist? Like, you know, I can say this because I grew up black, but, you know, I've been acting very white for the last decade, so. No, the black does come out, you know, like, it's called code switching. It's something that we have developed, but also I lived here in Hawaii for so long that I speak Pidgin, Black, Portuguese, fucking Hale, fucking all of them. I can understand everybody. I can stop a fight in Waianae, all right? And all I do is tell them, I was like, no, and they grab West Side too. And they go, oh, where you grab? I was like, Kapolei. Like, fuck, that's not West Side. I'm like, I don't know, I had to drive west to get here, so. Based off of the cardinal compass rose, cardinal direction, I'm corrected, you are gonna kick my ass. Oh, I got into some weird situations though because, like, I felt like that I didn't experience, like, the first third of my life was very black. Like, I thought Eminem was black until I got his CD and saw a white guy on it, and I was like, Like, why is the best of us a white man? Dude, he called him a rap god for a reason, man. And honestly, he's the gatekeeper for white rappers, you know? Like, he saw MGK and he's like, nah. We're done with this. Like, in fact, like, Elvis did the same thing to black music that Eminem did, but the only difference between Elvis and Eminem is black people like Eminem. But I was trying to figure out how I could do more white things and experience both sides of my culture, okay? So I got into, I was really into football. First of all, Rams champions, what's up? But I was really into football. I quit that. I quit that around 12, 13 years old because, you know, I learned about CTE and the risk of concussions, you know?
Yeah.
So then I started skateboarding because if I'm gonna get a concussion, I'm getting it the good old-fashioned white way. Got my first concussion, and it was a stupid story. I was wearing rollerblades, and they just built a new hill next to my house, and there was no houses on it. So me and my German neighbor would. By the way, I grew up in Germany, so I don't know if I said that earlier, but this is important. We're sitting, we're bombing this hill. I got my rollerblades. He has a skateboard. We have the bike on the side. I ride down the hill with a bike and the rollerblades. Fucking come back up the hill. He goes, I bet you can't do this. I would do a German accent, but I suck at it. Like German, I bet you can't do this. That's not how Germans sound. That's fucking racist. Oh my god, I'm German. Yes, this is how I sound. Unglaublich, ja. That's genau. Yeah, why do they make German sound gay? Fuck. All right, that's another fucking. That's another thing. First of all, Pride Month is over, so like. But we ended up. He ended up saying like, "Hey, I bet you can't ride down this hill on the skateboard with the rollerblades." I'm like, bet. I said bet before bet was even a thing. I was like 20 years early on bet. Okay. Like I should have shook his hand and actually betted him for fucking money, you know? But I didn't. I instead grabbed my helmet and tried to put it on over my afro because I know I'm gonna hurt myself trying to do this. And he goes, wait, meine German flag, meine black Haschwatz, German Boobchen. Boobchen means boy in German, boob. Boob. You don't need to wear a helmet because you already have an afro. You think I'm smart? No, I'm not. I listened to him. I was like, dude, this motherfucker spins facts. Like, you get the skateboard. Make sure it's steady, not too loose, not too tight. Just right. First wheels on. As soon as I lifted the back foot, this is my afro, okay? I knew I had a concussion immediately. Because no part of my body hit the ground before the top of my head. Immediately, he starts freaking out, like, gotta get you to your house, I gotta tell your parents what happened. Like, he's frantically speaking, and I'm like, that is so, and he starts speaking Filipino somehow. They can't speak German really fast. But he ends up telling me, like, yeah, like, you know, my mom's like, hey, calm down. Like, she's German, she speaks German. So like, all right. He hit his head, they check my wig, and they take me to the hospital the next day because that white motherfucker was right. I had barely a bump. Split my wig a centimeter of an inch, a millimeter of an inch. Barely was bleeding, and the doctor said, if I had a shaved head, I would have had a cracked skull. Started thinking like, oh wow, white people could be white sometimes. What else are they white about? What else do they write about, right? And so eventually moved out here to Hawaii, you know. I never went on any hikes except for like Diamond Head and Coco Head because that's really not a hike, you know. That's just a bunch of stairs. That's like your elevator's broken down in your condo, like. And now the sun is just beating on you, you're just sweating for no reason, you know. But then my coworkers, they're a bunch of white people, by the way. Like, just want you to know, because only white people want to go fucking get lost in the woods for fun. So we go to a hike called Olamana. You guys are familiar with Olamana? Probably know it better as Three Peaks over in Kailua. It's literally a hike that you meet the highest point of the hike, and then it goes back down, and then you climb up a second mountain and reach another hike, and then go back down, and then you have to cross a whole ravine. Like, not like step across, that's like a 1.5 foot, like 1.5 feet when you're up in a mountain is high, okay? You have to jump and leap across and then climb up the mountain. It's like, no. Dude, we were climbing up there. I knew I shouldn't have been on this hike because all of a sudden there was like ropes. Like guide ropes to help you pull yourself up and everything. And I was like, who the fuck put up these ropes? And why should I trust them with my life, you know? It's blowing my mind. Like, we got to this one point, I had forgot my hydro flask at home, so I had no water or anything. I just had like a pretty much practically empty backpack, okay? Fucking saw the most bit. I'm hungover as fuck because we drank till fucking 2 a.m., went out hiking at 7. Fucking dumbasses, right? That's some white people shit, fucking be stupid. But we get to the point where I'm like, we're taking a break. I'm sitting on a big boulder. I can see Kaneohe and Kailua and everything. Like, I have fucking full service bars because the satellite is literally above my head. And I'm like, all right, dude, first peak. Woo! They're like, no, we have to climb up this wall. This wall was just a wall with a rope dangling down. And if you fall too hard, you fall down a hill into a golf course. I said, I will wait right here for you guys. But while I'm waiting, I decided to grab a rock that I think weighs about the same weight as my head and toss it down the mountain to see what it would sound like if I fell down, hypothetically speaking, right? This is what it sounded like. Fuck that. Dude, I was so close to fucking heaven. Aunt Jemima came back for me for my joke earlier and said, child, don't you do it. Woo. This point, I'm thirsty as fuck. It's been 15 minutes. It starts raining. These white people are never coming back. I have no idea how to get off this fucking mountain. So I look in my backpack, just desperate. Maybe I had like a leftover Gatorade. I did not. I had a shooter shot of Jim Beam and just enough weed to load up the pipe I had. So I'm like, yo, if I'm gonna end up being a black stereotype of why you don't go hiking, I'm gonna go up on a high note, if you catch what I mean, you know? So I took back that shot, smoked that bowl. 5 minutes later, they come back down, shaking. The wind was blowing so hard, and then it started raining. Like, we had to crawl across the thing because we only had like a sidewalk length, and we don't want to fall down. I was like, you see, you should have just waited on me. I got high and a little tipsy. I had a good, this is a great ass hike, dude. Let's do it again. Like, next time, let's bring a grill, bro. Like, oh man, it's one of those like moments that made me realize that like how black I really am, because people tell me because I enunciate my words and I like anime and stuff that I'm not really black, but like all your black friends loved anime, but they were closeted about it, okay? It wasn't until like RDC World, those black dudes on YouTube started making like anime fight videos like in real life that black people are like, oh wait, it's not gay. Because that was how black people said things. Like if things that they didn't like existed, they say, nigga, that's gay. Doesn't make any sense, because I know a lot of black dudes that went to prison and they did a lot of things that, no, but that's just prison. I wouldn't do that out in the real world. So I love anime for the life of me. One of my favorites, Dragon Ball Z. Like I said, before the dreads, I had a poofy afro, but I always wanted it to be straight. So I would sit there and be like, it's just a bigger afro now. Like, I also like Naruto. Naruto, if you don't know what Naruto is, he's pretty much a ninja that was orphaned. His parents died. Has a lot of power, and he plays with his fingers and makes 1 million copies of himself. And you're telling me that none of those copies is gonna suck his dick. Because if I could just make 1 copy of myself, that's the first thing that motherfucker's doing. If I can make 3, that ass is getting eaten. Like, I know what you're thinking. No, I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I love my homosexual friends. I love my gay friends and everything, but I'm not gay for wanting to get my dick sucked by myself and my ass eaten by myself, okay? I fucking jerk off like 3 times a day, okay? I've never thought about jerking off another dick, all right? It's purely masturbation, folks. That's the point I'm getting to, all right? So, sir, you're laughing pretty hard on this one. If you could make a clone of yourself, would you? Yes. But would you suck his dick? Ooh. It's you, bruh. It's you, bruh. Alright, dude, it's the only time you can get away with it. It's yes or no question. Say it in front of your chicks. You would? You would? Hell yeah! Give it up for him right there. Oh my God, thank you guys so much. I've been Tre Kun. Enjoy the rest of the show. From Johnny Rock Hollywood.
Give it up for Tre Kun. I was first worried about catching cold, Dr.